1, 2, is this on?
Taunts are one of the ways a wrestler can connect with the audience. A signature taunt can be a thing people associate the wrestler with, while at the same time being something the fans can reenact themselves. A taunt might be a way of hyping up the crowd before a big move, or can simply be something the wrestler does to look cool and stand out. We've already covered numerous different examples so far in this series, but we'll highlight some more today as we look at 10 iconic wrestling taunts, part 3. Before we start, today's list is sponsored by NordVPN. I've been a Nord customer for years, and if you still haven't checked it out, you're missing out, not only from the peace of mind you get from securing your personal data activity, but from the incredible amounts of discounts and shows you're able to access from anywhere in the world. Now, for us WWE fans, having a reliable VPN is more important than ever in today's day and age. Given that I'm from the UK, I'm still using the WWE network to get my fix of wrestling. However, when I travel to the US or Canada, I'm not able to log into my account and watch all things WWE. I'm consistently denied access as it's no longer available in those regions. This used to be such a pain, especially when there was a premium live event going on and I was away. However, I had a friend recommend NordVPN, which provides me with a great solution. At the simple click of a button, I'm able to hop onto a UK server where the network can be accessed, so I don't have to miss a thing. This works the other way around too, as US fans are not able to access the Peacock streaming service over here in the UK or other regions, so it's a real lifesaver. It's available on every major platform, so simply jump on a server in your region and enjoy watching. And if that isn't good enough for you and you're still not sure if having a VPN is worth it for you, well, you can try NordVPN risk-free for 30 days with a money-back guarantee. So grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by heading to nordvpn.com/wrestlingflashback. There's a link in the description below, and get a huge discount on your NordVPN plan plus an additional month for free. That's nordvpn.com/wrestlingflashback. Thanks again to Nord for sponsoring this video. Now on to the list. The DX Crotch Chop. The D Generation X Crotch Chop is easily one of wrestling's most mimicked taunts by fans and wrestlers alike.
Big Show wants both members of DX.
Go yourself.
It was first used by Sean Waltman as the 1-2-3 Kid and later became a staple of DX's presentation. It fit perfectly with the group's anti-authority rebel identity. The chop was targeted by mainstream media for being inappropriate and crass.
Crotch grabbing, people grabbing their crotches, pointing in that direction and saying suck it. 11 and 12-year-old kids in the audience.
But these are just some of the reasons it works so well.
Warfare here. The DX side, suck it! D-Generation!
Just like when Austin raised his middle finger, if someone did the crotch chop, everyone knew straight away what it meant.
You weren't allowed to flip people off. You could stand on a turnbuckle and you could go, hey buddy, right there. If they go, what does that mean? Suck it.
As the taunt was accompanied by a just as iconic catchphrase.
Let's get rid of the suck it!
Undertaker's throat slash. The Undertaker has long since been an eerie supernatural character that sparked fear into the heart of his opponents, but the dead man's powers became even greater by using the throat slash to signal for the tombstone piledriver.
Well, this may be what the Undertaker has to do.
The Phenom would stick his tongue out and combine the already famous eye roll with the throat slash to spell the end for his opponents.
The damage still done.
The likes of Chris Benoit, Arn Anderson, and The Undertaker's brother Kane also used the throat slash, but when it comes to wrestling, it was The Undertaker who made it famous.
Oh my God.
Rob Van Dam points his thumbs. Few wrestlers were as cool as Rob Van Dam. His innovative in-ring style resulted in a special connection with the crowd that was complemented by a legendary taunt that fans loved to replicate. One of a kind was the perfect way to describe Rob, and no one was cooler and no one got higher than RVD.
Don't do it! That ladder's not going to support his weight.
Daniel Bryan says yes. The yes chant has become one of modern wrestling's most recognizable catchphrases and taunts. Daniel Bryan drew inspiration from mixed martial artist Diego Sanchez, who would repeat the word yes during his entrance.
People on the underground forum make fun of all the time this yes thing because he gets so fired up.
While Sanchez was himself inspired to say yes by motivational speaker Tony Robbins.
Say yes! Say yes! Say yes!
Daniel Bryan first used the line while holding the World Championship after Vince McMahon had told him to celebrate all his victories as if he'd won the Super Bowl.
Telling the world, yes!
The yes taunt was then born and it quickly got over with the fans. This is despite the fact that Bryan began using the taunt as a heel.
People all over the world with their hands in the air, shouting yes, 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 yes.
And would even go as far as to introduce a no taunt to counteract the fans chanting yes.
He's gone from a yes man to a no man. No! Yes!
Well, you more than
No! Yes!
Yes!
No!
However, once Bryan turned face again, he was ready to embrace what would eventually become the yes movement. Which ultimately led him to the main event of WrestleMania. Bryan most commonly used the yes taunt during his entrance, as well as before performing his running knee finishing move.
Led by the yes movement, Daniel Bryan with a running.
DDP's Diamond Cutter sign.
I got 2 words for you. Diamond Cutter.
The Diamond Cutter was one of the most popular wrestling moves of the 90s. The fans just couldn't wait to see where DDP would hit the maneuver from. They loved the move and the man behind it. DDP was the first People's Champion.
The people love Diamond Dallas Page, and they should.
He could often be seen entering and leaving through the crowd, where he would throw up the Diamond Cutter sign along with the fans. The Diamond Cutter sign helped DDP cement himself as a huge babyface in WCW by establishing a popular taunt all the fans could replicate.
DDP!
You will feel the...
Scott Hall's toothpick throw. We could have gone with his taunt to signal for the razor's edge, the spooky fingers, the pointing then the signature pose, or the too sweet sign, but we've chosen the toothpick throw because of its uniqueness and how much it fit the character. From his look to the numerous taunts, and whether he was Scott Hall or Razor Ramon, the bad guy oozed charisma. Just chewing the toothpick helped add to the cool factor of Razor, but then he took it a step further by throwing the toothpick at the camera and his opponent. DDP was the one who initially suggested using the toothpick on television after the idea came to him whilst in a Waffle House.
And I grabbed the toothpick for both of us. And I look at Scotty and go, I got an idea. When we get to the promo, we take the toothpicks out and we flick them to the camera.
The toothpick throw was one of the little things that Scott did, but as is often the case in wrestling, the little things can end up having a big impact. Ric Flair's strut. Ric Flair is a man of many robes, many championships, and many taunts. From the Flair flop to begging for mercy, to dropping the elbow on his jacket. Flair is also renowned for his ability to talk the talk, but he was able to back this up by quite literally walking the walk.
Here comes the Nature Boy. He's styling and profiling on his way to the ring, and he's getting undressed.
The Nature Boy styled and profiled with the famous Flair strut, letting out a few woos along the way. The walk was inspired by Jackie Fargo, who also influenced Jeff Jarrett's version of the strut.
Look at the King strut there. Look at Rock! Not happy, but the rest of the WWE universe is.
When it comes to wrestling, it doesn't get any more legendary than Ric Flair, and the iconic Flair strut was just one of the ways Nate showcased who he was, as the limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing son of a gun. Goldberg gears up for the jackhammer. During his entrance, Goldberg set the tone for what was to come, first by banging his head off a steel door, and then being shot with pyro, only to walk away breathing smoke.
Smoke would be coming out of his nostrils. Used to remind me of that Bugs Bunny cartoon with that bull.
Then, once the bell rang, Goldberg had an explosive in-ring style, and this quickly resonated with the fans in the late 90s. Goldberg's matches were finished off with a spear and jackhammer combination that took wrestling by storm. Goldberg first set up for the spear by crouching down in the corner and measuring his opponent as the crowd stood on their feet. Following the spear, Goldberg hyped the fans even more by jumping in the air and snarling at the camera in anticipation of the jackhammer.
Holy smokes! Right off the bat, he spiked him. Goodbye!
This encapsulated Goldberg's high-octane style and ridiculously intense persona. His matches were so different and chaotic, the fans just ate it up.
Here's BOYZ!
Okay, there's part one. Now finish him off.
Oh, hell yeah!
Goldberg later added a throat slash and pointing to the sky taunt to signal for the jackhammer, but the fans knew exactly what was coming as soon as Goldberg hit the spear. The fans reacted with excitement while Goldberg taunted in the ring, and the announcers went nuts on commentary.
Crystal clear, white Sanders booked this match. Oh! Jesus! Bring us up! Goldberg is up! He caught him! Here we go! Caught him in Here we go! The best friend! The bell is run! The bell run! Spear by Goldberg! With a jackhammer!
Dudley Boyz WASSUP. Inspired by the Budweiser commercial that itself was inspired by a short film, the Dudley Boyz were able to take a pop culture reference and smartly include it as part of their act. When Bubba hit the scoop slam and pointed his thumbs towards the sky, it left us all asking the question, WASSUP? The answer was Devon, who came down from the top rope burying his head into the opponent's groin, but not before performing the iconic taunt and catchphrase.
I don't think Victoria's wearing a cup, but I might be wrong. Here it comes! You're too high!
The fans always popped big for the move, while even the announcers couldn't help but repeat the phrase.
What's the question? That's off the bar.
What's up? Okay, said what's up? I don't believe it. It came out at the top rope.
The WASSUP headbutt was usually a precursor to another iconic Dudley Boyz taunt, Get the Tables. Samoa Joe walks away. Samoa Joe walking away as his opponent attempted an aerial maneuver was a simple yet effective way to counter a move.
Joe nonchalantly walks out of the way of that crossbody. Oh, Kenny King caught nothing but canvas on the way down.
The way Joe just casually strolled away was funny and smart at the same time.
And now Tony needs nobody home.
Joe says, see you later, buddy. Yeah.
He's seen too much.
It made sense, as why exert extra energy dodging an attack when you can just calmly step out the way?
Both men going for missile drop kicks Joe out of the way.
Talked earlier about the power game from Magnus. Getting it from Joe, but Joe able to turn it around. Fires Kaz off, and then as Kaz springs off the middle rope, Joe just walks away.
The opponent always crashes and burns, while Joe literally walks away without a scratch.
Joe just moves away, and Van Dam crashes and burns.
And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you like this one, be sure to check out our other videos in the series of iconic special moves and taunts in wrestling. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.